My name is Robert Jiménez. I'm primarily a broadcast designer and animator. I've been in the TV business for about 30 years now. But I've always illustrated and painted on the side. I do a lot of tiki artwork, uh, which I've done probably for the last 10 to 12 years or so. My output on that has diminished a bit as I've moved into trading cards. I do work for Topps. I do Star Wars art for their digital app. I do wacky packages. I do sketch cards for a lot of other Topps and Upper Deck properties. So I just kind of gravitated more towards trading cards, and I was doing a lot of silly parody-based trading card sets, and I wanted something serious, and I've always loved Poe, and that was the first thought I had, was to just kind of take a few excerpts that I particularly enjoy or I feel are evocative and make them into a little trading card. It's a 36 card set, so I basically there's a few stories that probably, like, a lot of people have read them who've kind of haunted me for years: Cask of Amontillado and Hop Frog and stuff like that. So there were stories always working in the back of my head that I already kind of had an idea for visuals, but I basically read through a lot of the short stories and some of the poems, discovered stories I hadn't read before, and as I was reading them, just started making notes of things that struck me as a nice visual. The Gold Bug had a bunch of that, and of course, Telltale Heart and others. So I just kind of started making notes. I think I came up with about 26 of them and just started illustrating. Then, so the front of the card has the illustration and the back has the excerpt that the illustration is based on. I mentioned the oblong box. That was one. And there aren't 36 illustrations exactly, because what I wanted to do, really for the fans of the Kickstarters, is to create some original art that made up the last 10 cards. So they might be repeating images that were already in the first 26. So I think it was 26 images with an excerpt, and then just 10 kind of pieces of art that went along with those. But yeah, what I mentioned, particularly I think evocative scene that at least in my head was I forget the character's name, but him jumping off the side of the boat, with the box. I thought that was almost comic book style. Like, I could see it almost as a splash page. The figure in the box, hurtling off the ship. So yeah, there were definitely a few that I would do if I ever revisited, the material again. Main place to find me would be zerostreet.com. That's my website. It's also my shop. You'll be able to pick up the Poe set and all my other cards, original art, prints, and just by searching Zero Street on social media, you should be able to find me as well. Instagram, X, Facebook. I'm pretty much Zero Street everywhere. But yeah, zerostreet.com. And that's all spelled out, ZeroStreet.com.